Okay. Feels like it's been forever. Where I'm at. So, I have been fairly productive recently. The website's coming along nicely. I've probably got like 2 or 3 pages left to fill out before I can sort of soft launch it and then tweak it as I get feedback from people and sort of suss out what works, what doesn't work, and yeah, so that's going good. What else? I'll quickly look at my dashboard of stuff I'm working on. Yeah, so been a bit lousy with the logs, but I testament that to sort of cyclothymia, which I have a sort of informal diagnosis for. But what sort of that means for me is that I have these periods of quite a low, sort of in the realms of depression and stuff, and it can make things tough. Sometimes it's easy to manage, other times it's quite tough. So finding consistency is always the hardest thing, and yeah, sort of that low period is where I'm at today. I've still been reading and finishing books. I think I've read every day this year, which is something that I've greatly improved on from last year. So that's a huge success, and I'm really happy about that. Today, though, I will be starting... I did want to start it yesterday, but Crime and Punishment. So that is going to be a hefty read. But I'm actually excited for that one, and yeah, that'll be good. But yeah, since the last log, it's been on and on again, off again, sort of working and productivity. I've done some writing. I've been working at sort of creating some engineering projects, pardon me. But before that, I've sort of been disassembling this old chest of drawers, so I can suss out what materials I've got and sort of upcycle that and create something new and better, because it was quite a raggedy and lousy chest of drawers, sort of early 2000s mass manufacture thing. I also recently finished Catcher in the Rye, which was a very interesting book. I've read it before, but I think as someone who's read it sort of at the start or before they were going through this mental health journey of healing, to someone who's, I don't want to say at the end, but has much greater understanding, there's an understanding in that book that you gain from those perspectives that I think is very interesting, and I hope to create a review on that at some point on Arnie's Corner, the YouTube channel. Yeah. But yeah, I think the big thing is what I'm learning about my energy is as I said, it's very fluctuating, so it's very hard to set out a week, on Sunday night and be like, okay, this is my week, and go into that with a plan and then execute that plan, because there could be a day like today where I'm like, okay, I don't have the energy for 10 hours of work, hell, not even maybe 6 hours of work. So it's about trying to constantly evaluate myself and adapt to that. Yeah. So for today, that's, what I want the rest of today to feel like. I obviously don't want to overburden myself with too many tasks or too much pressure, but I also still want to keep the cogs turning, keep the motor running, and I think today that'll be looking at my tasks and being like, okay, what can I do that is quite not minimal effort, but lower effort than, say, say, sort of anything analytical, whether it's writing about said crime and punishment, or it's, you know, doing any other sort of, heavy tasks. It's been a challenge, but I'm learning, I'm growing. I've obviously failed a couple of times, and from my video on resolutions and the new year, I think I'm learning to be like, okay, I can't do this, or I need to do this a different way, and trying to just adapt as best as possible. It's getting there, and I think that's the main thing. And it's, as I said, just I'm low energy, and when you're low energy, if I'm operating at 30%, and I give 30% to tasks, that's me operating at my best. And I think having that perspective is what's going to help me find success. So that's it. No pressure today, but just keep turning the wheel. All right, cheers.